young black youth can see for themselves and their outcomes.
My name is Conanaustralia. I've come here with a bunch of my friends. We make a television program where our intent is to go out in the world to other places and use humor to understand and bridge gaps between people. There's a lot of misunderstanding in the world right now. And so my hope is that here in Australia, we can learn more about the people that live here, the Indigenous people, everyone who lives here, and make a connection with them that'll last longer than today, that will last for the weeks, months, and years to come, and understand everybody much better.
So that's what we do. We go around the circle, and you can imagine at the Aboriginal Tent Embassy, with 1,500 people and the stories. And we listen to all those stories. And if you're at the Aboriginal Tent Embassy, it sort of means that you really, there's something happening in your life. And you really want to, for other people to hear that story. And so sometimes it can take a whole day. Once I did this at Conan, and down in where Captain Cook landed and got some provisions, got some water, some bush medicine there, and he arrived there in 1770, and we did a ceremony where we had to ask the question, oh, where did Captain Cook land, first of all? So we took some coals from the fire, put in a gullamon, a wiri in that song, and Uncle Captain Buzzercock carried that day, and we put some gum leaves on that gullamon, and we followed the smoke, and the smoke then went into the ground, and there was 500 people there that day, and we decided, well, we're a community of people, and we all agreed that when the smoke went in the ground, which is next to a creek on a beautiful cove, that's where his first foot would have went. So we did a ceremony. The fire actually looked like this. We kept that for a few months. The national parks weren't that happy with us there for a while, but anyway, we kept on saying, look, we've got to do the ceremony, and then eventually we had 300 people with us, and we practiced the story of Captain Cook coming here and all the other people who arrived in Australia, the convicts that came here, of course like Joseph Banks and Solander and the many others, and also the sheep and the cattle and even the dogs, even all sorts of stuff, and even the problems for that matter, drugs and alcohol and things like that too. And people embodied those things when we did that. And so I was able to go through that fire and make a statement of all those things. Captain Cook rode in, and then we had people who embodied those things. And we built a jail, actually. And so we said, okay, you broke the law, now you go to jail. And the next day, that was all practice, and you don't know the history. But the next day, that was coming in the wrong way. Then coming in the right way was, we didn't have a script for that. But so how do you do that? Well, how you do that is what we're doing today. Is to do the smoking ceremony and be smoked into the land, and that's what we did that day. And that day, it took a whole day. There's thousands of people there. We literally took a whole day smoking people on that day to that fire. Sorry. And yeah, so I got in a lot of trouble with national parks for that. So what we do now is we now we've started our tent, and now what we can do is we all put gum leaves onto the fire, and then the smoke will come up.
We all do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last bit we do is the heartbeat. There's two heartbeats. There's the men's one, which is